Okay, hello everybody, it's Joe here, and welcome back to my F1 2017 career mode. This is Season 3, Round 5. We are at Barcelona. Right, what do I do for setup? Is there even a setup? I might go with increased downforce, but that really does leave me vulnerable on the straight, is my only thinking there. So, we're going to go with that anyway, because it's quite an aerodynamic circuit, so you want a good bit of downforce on the car so that you can go as quickly as you can through the corners and gain as much momentum through them. We've also had an engine upgrade thrown onto the car, so this should take us that little bit closer to the front. Right, here we go. Starting my qualifying lap. That's not the best start we could have hoped for, but we're in amongst it still. So, and I'm going to be honest, this is not a track I'm particularly keen on. We've had the tracks that I'm quite strong at, but mistakes have been made at them, so I've really got to capitalise from a circuit that I enjoy, so that so I've really got to now try and capitalise on a circuit I don't particularly enjoy to try and make myself momentum back into the hunt, as it were. And this is actually not a shabby lap. I'm going a little bit wide there, but you know, that can't be helped. Yeah, so obviously this has been the weekend of the Bahrain Grand Prix 2021, and all I can say is, wow, what a weekend of Formula 1 action that has been. This has been a weekend of not just F1 but F2 action that has made me fall in love with the sport all over again. We've managed to nail P4 down, which, not my worst qualifying, but I could have done with being just a little bit quicker there.
But before we go, let's
oh my god, look at those lap times. That is close. So we're going to need a good start to get amongst the front three here, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So we're now heading into the fifth round. But yeah, I want to talk quickly about the Bahrain Grand Prix weekend. First, I want to talk about the F2 from the weekend. My God, Dan Ticktum loved getting into trouble in that one particular corner, didn't he? He just always seemed to be either hit or hitting someone in that section. Some very impressive showing from the rookies as well. You had Liam Lawson winning the first race, Oscar Piastri owning the second race. Unfortunately, his third race ended with him going round on the aforementioned Dan Ticktum, but the driver that really impressed me this weekend was Guan Yu Zhou. Really impressive performances from him, and yeah, he took the feature race win only just over Dan Ticktum. Some honourable mentions as well go out to Christian Lundgaard, who was particularly quick. Again, Oscar Piastri, great rookie. Théo Pourchaire, you know, giving the aforementioned Christian Lundgaard a bit of grief in the race. Drugovich was fast, but I think he just got himself into a few too many scrapes, did Drugovich. And like I said before, Liam Lawson just doing brilliantly. Jehan Daruvala as well, just proving a little bit of a Mr. Consistency, which in F2 is important.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix
and I'm kind of gutted that we got to wait till May for the next instalment. But first, before anything, let's go through this grid.
Has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton and a Ferrari, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Alonso, Ocon, Hülkenberg and Felipe Massa, Magnussen, Grosjean, Carlos Sainz.
Okay, what the hell is in that McLaren that's made Alonso put it in 7th? I'm protesting that engine.
And Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
You were expected to be in a higher grid.
Yeah. Shut up, Jeff. God's sake, you're doing me head in now. Let's try and have a good race. 17 laps. And we will try and get a podium out of this, I think. They're holding these lights a long time, but it is now lights out and away we go. And it's not a great start, but the Mercedes have flown off the line there. I'm going to just cover Daniel Ricciardo here. This is going to be quite a careful turn one from me there, but I tell you what, there's places to be gained here. Because now we've got Hamilton here, we've got Bottas and Vettel racing. Am I just going to take a chance at dive? Yes, I am. Do I get the car stopped? No, I don't. But there's still positions to be gained. I'm fancying this double overtake here. We've got the double overtake there, and that is P2. That was the start I needed. That was a good start, and that really sets things in motion for the race now. P2 with that start, and now I'm going to try and chase after Bottas if I can make the momentum. It was crucial that we muscled past Vettel as soon as possible, and that is exactly what we did. Now we're giving Valtteri Bottas just a little bit to think about here as we head into the last sector. I'm not really a fan of this sector, I'll be honest. Oh god, well, that's not exactly the way to take the corner, but after one lap we're in P2, nearly losing the car there. Hamilton's going to try and have me. Going to try and keep on the inside so that he can't really get through. But we're just going to dive back up the inside. And the annoying thing is here, I don't really want to be spending too much time racing Hamilton as we make a little bit of contact, but I have muscled my way back into P2. This is going to be quite a tense race, isn't it? Bottas is just getting away at the front now. We're still in P2, Hamilton's in P3, and if I know Hamilton like I think I do, and I do, he won't be letting this go easy. Just like he didn't let the Bahrain Grand Prix go easy today. And may I just congratulate Lewis Hamilton on what was an absolutely freaking stellar drive today, showing why he is a 7-time world champion, and showing why the others have just got a little bit of catching up to do, I'd say, because the Red Bull today was clearly the better car, but Lewis just mastered the strategy that Mercedes threw at him, and he just made it work completely in his favour, drove a brilliant race, and yeah, he won it, although Max gave him a good run for his money. And the one thing that you can take from the race today is that this season we will have a fight on our hands, and that is exactly what I think every F1 fan has been hoping for. A season where we have a fight, and that is exactly what we've got in 2021. It's encouraging to see that Ferrari are just a little bit closer to the front this season. Obviously still with a lot of work to do, but that car is clearly an improvement on last season's car, and if they can just keep moving forwards like that, I have no doubts that we will be seeing them on the podium perhaps a couple of times this year. And you know, that'd be nice to see, that'd be encouraging to see, because I feel like they've got a really strong lineup in Leclerc and Sainz, actually a solid debut effort for Ferrari, must be said. So yeah, but for all intents and purposes the Ferrari does look like an improved package, but don't get they can't afford to get complacent. They need to keep moving forward. Other things to discuss: Mazepin didn't even make it past the first corner, which I've got to say is embarrassing for him, especially when, you know, he's got already got a lot of negative publicity on him. That's just not going to do him any favours. That's also not how you take the last chicane, Joe. That's a little bit illegal. That's also the grass there. But you know, whatever. Hamilton's now coming at me with the DRS. I'm not going to be easy to pass here because I'm battling your teammate, Lewis. Sorry. But yeah, Mazepin not doing anything to shake any negative perceptions off him. And Sebastian Vettel's race just going from disaster to disaster. And honestly, it does leave me asking the question, you know, is Vettel's heart still in it? Like, is this still what he wants to do? Obviously, he must have some form of enjoyment doing it, but it begs the question, you know, in terms of competitiveness, is he still all there? And again, it's early days, you know, it's one race. I don't want to judge off one race, anything at all. The one thing I can tell is that there is definitely a fight brewing with Mercedes and Red Bull. And I just want to say congratulations to Checo for a great comeback drive from starting from the pit lane to finish P5. It was a decent effort from him. And I can't even speak. Anonymous but very solid effort for Lando Norris as well in P4. So that it's a sign that McLaren continuing the progress from last season, and that's also a sign that I'm continuing being unable to take that chicane. If I keep doing that, I'm going to get a warning. But yeah, some encouraging signs from McLaren. Obviously unlucky for Alonso having that rear brake issue that took him out of the running. I would have been interested to see where he could have ended up in all of this. And a solid debut for Yuki Tsunoda, who grabbed points in his debut race, which was impressive enough. And he also ran P2 at one point in qualifying, which was just a stunning effort. I have to be honest though, if I had to choose my biggest disappointment of the day, I'm honestly going to say Pierre Gasly. Like, from the moment he hit Ricciardo, it just wasn't his day, was it? Like, it just didn't really unfold for him, sadly. But it's 22 other races to go, and I'm sure that with the car AlphaTauri have produced, that's not the last we'll be seeing of Pierre Gasly this season. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Bahrain Grand Prix. Stroll obviously stealing the final point. So yeah, it was eventful to say the least, but if that's what we've got 22 more races of, I am all for that. That is exactly what I am signing up for right now. Give me 22 more races of that, please. Anyway, we're still ahead of Lewis Hamilton. We're still running P2. You know, this is a pretty uneventful race so far. Hamilton's going to have a look though at the DRS point, but I'm just not having it. Going a little bit wide there, a little bit of understeer. And I'm maybe thinking about a cheeky little undercut on Valtteri here. Thinking, is it worth attempting? Because he's just getting away from me a bit. And obviously, if we can get some clear air, it might help us. But the other thing is, will we come out amongst the traffic? Vettel and Ricciardo have just completed a battle for fourth, or Verstappen, one of the two Red Bulls. So, yeah, it's a little bit static in this race at the moment. Lewis is hanging on behind me, and I'm just pushing for my life to try keep up with Bottas. But we're not losing all the time in the world here, so... But I feel... You know what? I'm feeling the undercut. I'm feeling it here. So I'm going to go for a cheeky little undercut. And we can only hope this works. So yeah, if any of you have any thoughts on the Bahrain Grand Prix from this weekend, do drop your thoughts in the comments or the live chat, one of the two. You know, join in the conversation, join in the fun. I am going to come out in a heavy heap of traffic here, aren't I? This hasn't quite worked as I'd hoped it would. In fact, that is an unbelievable disaster here. That is an unbelievable disaster, but we're going to have to try and make some overtakes here. We're going to start with Perez. Yep, that's good. This is not what we needed, but we're going to have so much more traction, so it's just about using that to get these moves done. I'm not going to get past Sainz here. You must be joking. I can use my run out of the corner. I'm not going to get past him there either. But I am going to use him for a cheeky little dose of DRS. Thank you, Carlos. Jesus Christ, why are you weaving everywhere? I really thought I was going straight into Palmer there, as Sainz is going to have a... He's going to do everything to stop... Oh my goodness me, that's brave. You can tell I want this one, can't you? I thought that was going to end in a horrible crash then. as cars pit. I'm going to have a nice run on Palmer here. I tell you what, I want to get a decent lap in here because the last thing I want is Lewis Hamilton to get ahead. Right, who's that coming out of the pits? That is Hamilton. Ah! I don't know what that was, but I don't know what that was, but I'll take it. So this is not quite worked out, and in fact I think I've got a minor bit of damage on the car now, but still we push. Oh god, that's wide. Because I still think we got a shot over Valtteri Bottas. Hamilton's come out and he is feisty, he is pushing me. He is not getting off the rear of me, that's for sure. And we've gone wide, and that's going to allow Hamilton through. No, it doesn't, we've just recovered into him. Oh dear, this is not going well for me at all here. I don't know what I was doing there. Vettel's come into the pits, and Lewis having a look up the inside there. Oh, I'm in for an agonising few laps here, that's for sure. Car damage is not the one, especially not round here. But we seem to have got a good exit out of the last corner, which should be sufficient. There's Vettel coming out of the pits, and I think we're well clear of him. But Bottas is well clear of us, and speaking of clearing, Hamilton's now going for it. I'm just going to cut that off. Oh, this is going to be an agonising end to the race here, because I've got damage on my car. I've got Lewis Hamilton to keep behind me too. That's not what I wanted. So I realise now, in hindsight, pitting for the undercut was a bad idea. Again, running wide there is not doing me any favours, as now Hamilton's coming for the inside, but I'm just going to try and hold him around the outside. And that's that done. Now Vettel's coming to play. Oh, I am not looking forward to the last few laps of this one, I assure you. With 8 of them to go, I just want to see that checkered flag. I really want to see that checkered flag. This reminds me of China a while ago when I was trying to hold back everyone back, and I eventually ended up with second. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that is definitely a bit of my front wing gone, and that is a disaster. Now I'm going to have even more problems. I'm going to have even more problems now because I'm going to need to pit for a new wing. I'm going to... Oh god, I'm not letting my teammate go. I'm not letting my teammate go. I probably should at this point, but... Oh, that's a disaster. Yeah, I'm going to need to pit for a new front wing. And that was a mistake I could not afford to make. Already behind in the championship, and that is just going to knock things further. I'm not quite sure what went on with Hamilton there, to be fair. I'm really not quite sure what went on at all. I had a wobble when I was trying to contain the car, but it just didn't work out that way. So we've had 2 disaster races in a row now, and the only thing that I can hope for really is a safety car. We're going to come in anyway and change the front wing. And that, I'm afraid, it's a bit of a catalyst for this one here, but we move, we carry on, and we now try to salvage something from what is a very miserable Spanish Grand Prix. Going to take a dive up the inside of Kvyat. And Perez has a mechanical problem. I don't know where he is in relation to us. Although all I know is that Stroll is the next one in front. Oh, that'll be Perez there. And that's going slowly. That has all the hallmarkings of a puncture, doesn't it? Oh, Stroll, get out the way! I tell you what, these guys are not making it easy for me here, are they? But we're up to P14. Confident that we can still get some points. But this is not ideal at all. This is not what we would have wanted. And Perez is still making his way through the last bit of the circuit. My only hope is that he can hold up the leaders a little bit and give them a little bit of trouble. I've yet to win a race yet. So this is... It's not good. It's not good. We need to start winning races if we're going to have a chance at going after this championship. Oh God. That wasn't clean, but we got past Van Dorn anyway. Up into P13. Next up is Grosjean going for that here. That's a nice little cheeky dive, that. Nice little cheeky dive. I believe that's Perez now making his stop. The Sainz struggles on his tyres. I know what we're doing here, and that is... Oof. Well, that's not entirely legal, but I'll take it. It's whatever. Palmer's in 10th place. No Carlos. No Carlos. Okay, you want to do it? You want to do me like that? Fine. Oh God. Not how you do a clean overtake, but whatever. As we now come across what I believe is the Force India of Perez, who is a lap behind. Also catching Jolyon Palmer in the Renault. We're coming up to a mini sort of gaggle of cars here. We've got 4 laps to go still, and still a few places to be gained, so let's try and have some fun here. I think that's Perez catching up to that mini gaggle as I'm catching Palmer, and I think this is going to be... This is one for the DRS. Oh, we've now got a yellow flag. Why have we got a yellow flag? Whoa! Well, that's Perez out of the race. Which puts Pato in the overtake, but oh my God, what are we doing here? That is what you call bravery. Right, next up is Kevin Magnussen. I'm proud of that one, I'm not going to lie. I really thought that could have ended horrifically, but it just went in our fortune there, really. We've got 3 takeable cars here, so if we can manage P7 despite 2 stops, I think that would be probably a best case scenario for us. Obviously going wide there a couple of times hasn't helped our cause at all. We've got Magnussen up next. I'm not quite sure who that is. I presume it's Hulkenberg. And another car ahead of him, which I believe will be Esteban Ocon. So hopefully I'll get another dose of DRS down the straight. I believe that is Ocon. Oh god, that's not the way to do the last corner. But whatever, we have got some DRS to play with here. And it's doing the grand total of shit all. Not quite. I think Hulkenberg's going wheel to wheel with him now. I mean, I will quite happily have those two going wheel to wheel a little bit longer. If they can, that will really do me some favours. Now we've got Magnussen here. Next up, Hulkenberg. That's a brave one. Kind of had to back out of that one. He's still taking the inside. No way, no way. Is that going to work? What a move. Never in a million years did I think that move could ever work. But it just did. Just busting out some sick overtakes here. This one should be a lot more basic. Yep, very straightforward. And it's Massa in 6th, but he's 7 seconds up the road. So, bit of an ask. Even for us. But I am not, at least nothing if not ambitious, so let's give it our best shot. Well, that's not giving it my best shot, that's giving it a lock-up. And the gap's 5.6. Still a bit of a gap between me and Massa. I'm not convinced that's a catchable gap.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
I'll be amazed if we can catch that up. But yeah, so it's looking like P7. Which, after the drama we had in this race, losing a front wing, having to pit, make my way back through the field, I'll accept it. Could have been better, but it also could have been worse. Valtteri Bottas then is the race winner. Well done to Valtteri. Great effort by him. Now in the last sector, trying to catch Massa. We are almost there. I think we needed one more lap really to get Massa, but still, after the disasters that we've been through in this race, yeah, it's going to have to be 7th, I think. I'm considering myself lucky to get that. It should have been better than that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that lack of performance there. That was
It wasn't always plain sailing today, but
it wasn't the best race.
Podium drivers today after that excellent race.
But
David,
the one
so
blessing
then,
is
it's
that
time to see how
Vettel,
this result affects
who is the
drivers'
championship leader, could only
It
manage
wasn't the best
third,
weekend
so
for our championship leader, and
we
their
didn't
advantage
lose
at the top
too
has
many
been
points
reduced.
against him,
Moving
but
on to the
we've had a shocking show here, and we're not performing obviously at team expectation levels, which means we could be running the risk of a demotion here if we're not careful. So I think we've kind of got to pick it up a bit now and just do better. And Vettel has won the rivalry. And look at that, we're in the red there, so we're not performing at a team level, and I'm surprised that we don't have. We've got an angry voicemail from Emma. I'm scared. I'm going to listen to it.
Hi, Emma here. I've just come from a review. There were a few concerns expressed about your performance so far. Let's try and turn this around a bit in the next few races, okay?
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to have to turn things around in the next race. Because it's not good enough. It's not good enough. But, yeah, thank you for watching anyway. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you again for the next race soon. Take care. Bye-bye.